Folks, our first on-demand workshop, How to Become a Coffee Consultant, is now available for you to learn at your own pace for just €50, and it comes with a certificate upon completion. Go to mapperforward.coffee/workshops or click the link in the show notes for more details. Support this podcast by supporting our sponsors. Welcome to the Daily Coffee Pro by Mapper Forward, friends. I'm your host, Lee Safar, and this is episode 4 of a 5-part series. We have Rana from Edda Arabica in Beirut with us. And Rana, this series is all about specialty coffee, running a specialty coffee shop in a time of inflation. I want to have a conversation today about the specialty coffee consumer or the coffee consumer in general, because specialty coffee is really at its genesis in Lebanon. So we can't really say that we've reached a critical mass of specialty coffee consumers. We're still really at the beginning of it. So what relationship, give us the landscape of what people's relationship is with coffee, because everybody drinks coffee in Lebanon.
Everybody drinks coffee and everybody drinks coffee, yeah, for sure.
But it's usually
coffee, actually.
rakwa. Yeah, it's usually rakwa
Yeah, the
at home,
rakwa,
right?
the Ibrik. Yes, absolutely. The Ibrik. But espressos are
Really?
major here. And yeah, cappuccinos.
Wow.
Locals, they love cappuccinos. Yeah.
Wow. Is it cappuccinos with like bubble bath on top of it, or is it
Well,
proper?
actually, yeah, I mean, it depends on the spaces you visit, but like you can see that shifting a bit,
Okay.
it's like moving towards like the nice, foam, the glossy, and so
Yeah.
it's less of the hot chocolate, the chocolate on top. So that's shifting. So the relation, I mean, really, it's just not many people are still into the specialty, basically.
Okay.
Still, like, people love the traditional abrik, and also you've got the culture, you've got the sensory vocabulary, like what coffee is. It's still there. Okay, so but that doesn't mean like the locals are not interested in trying new types of coffee. And at Edda, like, I'm surprised, like, because we have customers that they visit Edda and they start with like a simple Americano, because they know it's a specialty coffee shop and they know it's going to be slightly acidic, so they want to be on the safe side, so they would go for Americano. But again, like, the space was set up to actually like explore with locals and to share like a coffee that is around and that's available. Push for like people to try alternatives, and some days they are surprised. Some days they'd be like, this is really, really good. This is this is not what we expected, and they would like shift. Ever since I started my coffee journey, for example, a lot of my friends around me have completely shifted from commodity to specialty. They are fully equipped with their, scales
Pour-overs.
and specialty coffee. Yeah. Really, like, and this is, I mean, really, there is no right or wrong here, or which coffee is
Correct.
better.
Yeah.
It just depends on your taste, and but you do see the shifts, and you see it pretty high. Like, a lot of my, when I opened Edda, there's a lot of people that came to me and said, we can't drink any coffee anymore. We understand like the the profiles now. We still like their strong coffee. And what I'm loving at the moment is the bigger companies that have been running for years, like, and leading in coffee. They are also looking into specialty coffee. For me, this is super exciting, because there's no way like a cafe can do that alone. You really need the mass, and you need the major roasteries around to actually really push you and guide you, as like smaller cafes. Yeah.
Have you guys started having competitions in Lebanon yet? Like because look, what we found here in Australia 20 years ago was that the people who were coming into the industry as professionals, as specialty coffee started to become a real profession, they were people who were customers. And so what we found was the way that we were seeding the next generation of baristas was through customers hearing about competitions or latte art throwdowns. And this was happening in America as well when I was living there.
Yes.
And customers were starting to get really intrigued by that side of the industry. And so they would show up to something, an event, and then they would start to get interested in perhaps this is what I want to do for a profession. Are you finding that customers are starting to get very curious about what is this specialty coffee thing and how do I become a part of it?
For sure. I do get, I mean, I think like competition has been going on for a few years now, you know.
Okay.
That's not it, but I think it's like the techniques that like they are finding it interesting, like the new way, like, you know, the technical side of being a barista. That's where their interest now is. You know, they've done the lattes, they've done the throwdown, but I think the baristas are, you know, their eyes are opening towards, okay, hold on, there's more to lattes, you know. You know, I do get approached for that. So I do like for some spaces here where, you know, I train the baristas, you know, cupping as well. Like not many people understand what cupping is. So that's being, you know, introduced as well.
Yeah, great.
And one major thing as well is like, I think, you know, locals they are really emphasizing, like they want to know where the quality and where you know, they are trying to really get into the ethical sourcing, like, you know, where is my coffee coming from, you know. So this is really like good, you know. It's not just like, you know, it's a Brazilian or a Colombian or whatever, you know. They want to know who's the farmer, you know, and whatnot. So that's really nice, you know? So again, this goes back to our discussion of you know, is it only about the coffee, or is it more like, you know, about, you know, individuals and the story behind people and all of that.
Are you finding that people are looking as the cafe, looking to the cafe as a way to have an experience outside of the home during such challenging times?
I think like coffee spaces in general, like, have always been, you know, a space for not necessarily an escape, but just for, you know, being, I guess, you know, being or communicating with others, or, you know, rethinking things in their life, or maybe just sitting and drinking a coffee. So really, I do like, you know, we do get a wide range of you know, people there, but I'm surprised that a lot of people, you know, go there because really they love the coffee. Like, you know, for me, this is like really amazing. Yeah.
I love this.
I mean, I want them to go to, like, you know, enjoy, have a good time stuff. But I just love sharing like the coffee that we have with others, you know.
I love that.
And if they don't like it, like some days I get, you know, I have an origin, the specific origin, which I completely love, but people don't like it, you know, because it's just too harsh, too like, you know, it has a lot of layers and a lot of whatever, but I love it. And like, you know, the baristas would be like, Rana, we can't put it today. I'm like, no, put it. Like, people don't like it. I don't care. Like, just put it. You know, just
let's see what happens today. What happens, customers come in. Speaking about the barista,
I have a customer that comes and he drinks like, you know, because he's around the center, and he comes in like maybe like 3 times per day, and he just doesn't like the espresso because it's acidic, but he just goes there. He's like, I don't know why I keep coming, but like,
I don't like your coffee, but I'm going to be here 3 times a day. Classic. That explains for me the entire world the last 4 years. That's the best way to sum up the logic of the last 4 years. Speaking of which, we're going to head into, join us for the next episode, folks. We're going to talk about the workforce, professionals in specialty coffee in Lebanon, because that's equally as confusing a subject as everything else is in life right now. So join us for the next episode. Peace, love, and peanut butter. Have an amazing rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in, friends. There are 2 ways you can support this podcast. Firstly, become a paid member of our YouTube channel. Secondly, you can join our Patreon for as little as $3 a month. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video before you leave, and check the show notes for more information. Now, this is what you should check out next.